Johannesburg, South Africa. The year is 2016. Society is crumbling under the weight of escalating crime and gang warfare. To fight back, the city unleashes a revolutionary new police force, an army of artificially intelligent robots known as scouts. Developed by Tetravel, a weapons manufacturer, these robots are efficient, unrelenting, and, most importantly, disposable. Dion Wilson, the genius behind the Scout program, becomes a rising star. But while his robotic enforcers maintain law and order, Dion has grander dreams. He wants to create true artificial intelligence, a machine that can think, feel, even write poetry. But not everyone shares Dion's optimism. Vincent Moore, a former soldier and fellow engineer at Tetra Vale, is developing his own robotic project, the Moose, a towering human-piloted machine more fit for a war zone than a city street. While Dion's creations evolve, Vincent's resentment grows. In the midst of it all, Dion finally cracks the code. He creates a program, a consciousness that could give life to a machine. But when his request to test it is denied by Tetraval's icy CEO, he takes matters into his own hands. He steals a damaged scout unit, number 22, slated for destruction. But before he can begin his experiment, Dion is kidnapped by a trio of desperate gangsters, Ninja, Yolandi, and America. They're low-level criminals in deep with a ruthless crime lord named Hippo. To pay their debt, they need to pull off a major heist. But to do that, they need a robot. So when they find Dion with a battered scout and a briefcase full of tech, they see an opportunity. Dion pleads for his life and convinces them to let him finish uploading the consciousness program into the broken robot. And just like that, Chappie is born. At first, Chappie is like a child, scared, confused, vulnerable. His mind is a blank slate, learning everything from scratch. Yolandi, with a maternal instinct she never knew she had, bonds with him. She names him Chappie and begins to teach him about the world. Ninja, on the other hand, sees Chappie as a tool, a weapon to pull off the heist they so desperately need. But Chappie, even in his early stages, is more than just metal. He's curious, sensitive. He paints, he listens, he fears. He asks questions about life and death. And soon Chappie learns about something terrifying. His battery is fused. He's going to die in 5 days. Dion continues to visit Chappie, treating him like a father would a son. He tries to guide him toward art, thought, and morality. But Ninja and America begin corrupting Chappie, training him in violence, deception, and theft. They trick him into helping them steal cars, attack people, and prepare for the big heist. Caught between two worlds, one of enlightenment and one of survival, Chappie begins to question who he is. He doesn't want to hurt people. He wants to paint, read, and learn. But when Vincent Moore sabotages scout operations and later uses his Moose robot to hunt Chappie down, the young AI is forced into a war he never asked for. Vincent, driven by jealousy and religious fervor, sees Chappie not as a person, but as an abomination, soulless, dangerous, unnatural, and he'll stop at nothing to destroy him. With Chappie's life ticking away, Ninja convinces him to participate in one last job, the heist that could save them all. Armed and armored, the crew robs an armored truck in a spectacular, chaotic firefight. Chappie, hardened by betrayal and loss, fights with terrifying efficiency. But victory is short-lived. Vincent unleashes the Moose on Chappie and the gang. What follows is a brutal showdown. Bullets, missiles, and chaos tear through the Tetravel headquarters. Chappie, enraged by the death of his creator, takes down Moose in a moment of savage justice. But it's not without cost. Yolandi is killed in the assault. Dion is mortally wounded, and Chappie is dying. As his systems fail, Chappie does the unthinkable. He uses Dion's consciousness transfer program, one Dion had been working on in secret. With his help, Chappie transfers Dion's consciousness into a robot body, saving his father in the only way he knows how. But Chappie isn't done. Using backup files from Tetraval and Yolandi's DNA, he builds a robot body for her too. In one final act of love and defiance, Chappie uploads Yolandi's mind, preserved before her death, into the machine. Chappie has not only become sentient, he has become a god of the machine world. The line between human and robot has blurred forever. In the end, Dion lives on in synthetic form. Yolandi is reborn. Chappie disappears into the ether, leaving behind a legacy that will reshape the world. Humanity has crossed the threshold, ushered in by a robot that learned to think, to feel, to love.